Hi, and welcome to me and my imaginary friends. I thought I'd try to bring back the music, just because it was just so nice last time. I was just so relaxing, and yay! Welcome to the educational show. Woo! This is today is the second episode, and we will be we will be visiting the ball bounce again. A different kind of ball bounce, mind you, but we are back in TV Paint, right? And let's see if I can actually minimize my screen so I can actually see what I'm doing. Cool. There's a thing over there and then right there. Everything's organized. Today, we've learned last episode that like the different parts of the ball bounce. You get like the squash, the stretch, and then it coming up, and then like you get like the favors, just so that you actually have the ball falling at the rate that you want it to, right? Like when you throw up a ball, it holds up in the air for a little bit and then like falls back down. So you get like a this kind of like motion. And in general, the more drawings you have at a very, very specific spot, the slower the animation will be, right? So say we have something like this. That doesn't look very nice at all, but I'll try to make it more PG. So over here, this is our golden key, right? This is another golden key, and then this is our breakdown, right? So what will happen is that we will have keys in between, and they will be called the in-between keys. The breakdown is literally what is broken down in between the golden keys, or just like the main storytelling keys. And yeah, like essentially like the slower, the more frames you have towards a specific point, these indicate frames. So this would be frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, right? Sorry, I ate a whole bunch of like peanuts earlier, and like I shouldn't have done that, knowing that I was gonna do this tonight. But just excuse me whenever I cough. But essentially, like this, the more frames you have around a very specific key, or the more paper, right, if you're working on paper, that means the slower it is, the slower the action is, right? Because it's taking its time to get up there, and then it's taking a lot more drawings to actually get through through the action. And then maybe over here it's like super fast, so you just kind of like they look like terrible circles, but like they just kind of fall down, and then you start off with like a circle over here. Oh, that's really bad. If we're gonna be maintaining this shape, we're gonna have to make that circle a little bit bigger, just not too big. Like that's pretty good, I think. And then you squish it again, squash and stretch, right? You squish it one way, it expands the other way. Over here, it will expand again, or it will kind of like get back to its normal state until like gravity starts affecting it, and then it will pull back down. So it kind of looks like a Baymax right now, with a hairy version of Baymax, right? So this is essentially what our drawings will look like. The more you'll see, there's nothing in between over here, right? And nothing in between over here, and there's nothing really in between over here as well. But then like the more you get into it, the more the actual ball itself will morph back into what this thing looks like over here. And yeah, like essentially, again, the more frames you have, the slower it is. In this case, the way animators look at this, because you have like these frames, and sometimes it can be confusing to have all these ticks in those frames. Old school animators actually used to make these little like timing charts, right? This is called a timing chart. This is your golden key, and then this is your golden key again. So we know that our first key is going to be this one right here. This is going to be our first key. The 13th key is going to be the last one over here, right? And we know the very, very middle is, I don't know if that's the very middle, but whatever, is our breakdown. Everything else is going to be the in-between, right? So here is in between golden key and the breakdown. And here's the in between the breakdown and the golden key, right? So these are circular, these are circular, these are circular. This is pretty much this. This thing over here is pretty much this in just kind of like a much more easier to follow format, right? And you'll see that there's nothing happening over here, but the more frames you add, the slower the animation should be, right? The ball should be moving super fast in these frames, right? And then in between that, it should kind of like start to oval up again. Like trying to follow this, but like again, like this is a very rough sketch. I should be trying to follow squash and stretch more. For you to follow like a good example, right? I'll do that. Yeah, like let's just see if I can try to get these in a much more proper shape, right? They look more like eggs right now, but I'm not the greatest drawer, right? And again, this is going to be the 7th key over here, right? Actually, I'll mark that with blue. So this is going to be the first key, 13, and 7, right? Because that's 1, 13, and 7 over here. This is going to be the 2nd key. This is going to be the 12th key, right? In between that, that's going to be the 3rd, 11th, and you get it, right? There's going to be more frames in between until you kind of like fill in whatever you have. Today we're going to be revisiting this concept, but adding different weights to it, right? I don't know how long I'll be able to go for, but we will be animating a bowling ball. And yes, it's pretty much the exact same concept. It's just that now we have actual, it's not like a perpetual motion. It's not like the ball actually has infinite amount of energy to just keep on bouncing. Everything will come to a stop unless acted upon by an external force. You know, Newton's laws of dynamics, or I don't even know what it's called. It's just Newton's laws, right? I think it's the first law is like an object at rest will stay at rest until acted upon by a certain force. The second law is an object in motion will stay in motion until acted upon by another certain force. Or let's actually look this up because I don't want to mess this up. Let's Google. Yeah, okay, cool. I already have a whole bunch of like reference for bowling balls, so you will see that, and we will be watching it, right? I'll try to turn down the actual volume so that it's not like, ready, Jim? Yeah, drop the bowling ball. Alright, Newton's laws. Yeah, there you go. Oh god, that's gonna be a long read. Newton's first law states that an object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless acted upon by a certain external force. So it's pretty much the exact, the first two things of what I said, just that, right? Second law. Newton's second law stated below applies as a wide range of physical phenomena, but it's fundamental in conservation laws. Okay, I don't think that's super important right now. Maybe it is. Oh, and all force. And Newton's third law is like super important. All forces in the universe occur in an equal but opposite directed pairs. So an object will have, like, going one direction will meet the exact same force going the exact opposite way, right? So like if it's hitting something, it's this thing is coming at it with a certain force, but this object over here, because it's at rest, it's going to hit it with that exact same forces. So it's going to hit it with the exact same opposite reaction because it's stopping it. But it all depends on, like, if this actually didn't have an external force in itself. I'm probably getting that wrong. It's been a while since I've taken physics, but let me know in the comments, whatever. So let's get back into it. Let's go into looking at bowling balls. Here is the bowling ball reference that I will...
Rolling.
Okay. Let's see that again. And one more time. There's not a lot of... The bowling ball doesn't have a lot of energy, right? It falls and then, like, immediately it goes like less than half the height that it has, and it falls back down and goes less than half the height of that, and then falls back down. It's because, one, it's super heavy, so even so it actually has a force in itself, right? Like it's being acted upon by gravity, so it takes a lot more energy for it to actually go back up, as opposed to getting like a beach ball, like bouncing, right? You get like a beach ball that would probably be like boing, boing, boing. It's very light, and it will keep that energy for a lot longer. Whereas a bowling ball, because it's coming in so fast and so heavy, and it's taking so much energy to go up, it's not gonna go as high. And we see that over here, right? Like if I actually slow that down, and I'm using Google Chrome, and it has like a frame by frame key. I'm just using the arrow keys, the less than and greater sign, right? So goes down. Oh, that's so cool. You can actually see the ball kind of like squishing a little bit. It's like in between an action. So here you kind of get like the ball kind of like elongating, right? That's the ball at its like most natural form. That's when it's like slightly elongated. Maybe it's just like the motion blur. And over here, it's because of the motion blur, it gives it the look that it is kind of like extending a little bit. We're not gonna go into that. We're all gonna be drawing like perfectly like circular bowling balls, but it's very interesting to see that it's even as like something as dense and as hard as a bowling ball, it still follows that like motion, the principle of squash and stretch. I just realized I could probably put this up in Facebook. Hold on a second. Copy. Shabam. Shabloopy. Yay! More animation streams for my
Terry Eastern, and you can pay $40 and they can teach you how to do what I do.
animation.
And so it's been a lot of fun, and
savvy friends.
I've noticed a lot of people more interested in
You know who you
fixing
guys are.
cemeteries up. They're tired of seeing them.
I love
abandoned.
you. I wish
Now
I
let's
was,
go check out
you
some
know,
of the other
back home in
cemeteries
Ontario to
in the
hang
area.
out, but I'm not. And you know that I'm always there with you. You can always talk to me about everything. This is just me trying to reach out, and whatever I can do to, like, you know, help cater this course towards you and like help you get better and like have it be more engaging. Maybe if we can have like Skype calls. I'm totally down for it. We just need to set up a time. Let me know, and yeah, let me just post this. And I think savvy has 2 words, two keys. Bam. Control C. Control C. just gonna send it to them as a message as well, just so that they know that it's there. Hey guys. I am doing a stream right now. You can watch it in the morning because it's nearing 10:30 and it's like past 12 over there. It's probably like 1. It's near 1:30 over there, back in Ontario. Here's the link. Bam. But yeah, okay, let's get back into the bowling ball thing. So it squishes, it goes up, it doesn't even go halfway, right? Like that. Say the bowling ball started right there. Like it starts. Whoa, okay. It starts right here, right? The bowling ball only ever gets back to here, and like I assume someone dropped it from like way over here, right? Goes back up. This is the apex, right? That's the most round the ball will ever be, right? So because before that the ball is still trying to come up, right? After that the ball's starting to go down, right? So boom, and you see how heavy and dense the bowling ball is. It doesn't even like squish at this point. Like before, it's really cool. The ball squishes. The bowling ball squishes because it's pushing that much force into itself, and it's just kind of like doing this a little bit. It's getting a little bit fatter on the sides, but like squishing itself in the thing. That's really cool. You can't do that manually. That bowling balls are really difficult, or like they're really hard. Why did I say difficult? So it's so rigid that it won't get any, it won't actually shrink. Comes back up, right? Down. And look, it doesn't bounce third time. So bounce once. Oh no. Bounce once. Bounce twice. And then done. Oh, it does bounce. Very small, very small. That's one frame. That I think is just kind of like the being cushioned by the actual things itself. It does kind of bounce a little bit after here. So goes down, up, down. See? You hear that? You see that? Right? Up, down. Up, down. And then just rolling. So that's what we'll be doing today. Close this, I guess. Bam. No, close. How do I do this? That works, I guess. So for this, the reason I actually brought up the timing charts is because we actually will be using them today, right? Where's your head at? I actually wish I could be listening. I should be listening to the music right now because I know it's like super chill, but I need to focus, right? And I need to know what I'm saying. Hopefully, I won't get bored of this or anything, and I'll keep going to a point where we'll actually like deconstruct how to do cameras and like how to, because that's one thing for me as well. Like I want to learn how to do like those awesome cameras that you see in like One Punch Man and like do like the crazy anime like the punches and shit, and like everything just kind of like blurs and just kind of like I'm starting to see like them doing that in like My Hero Academia, and it's so epic sometimes that it actually gets me like in tears. Like the fourth episode of the third season. Whoa, mama, that's some good stuff. That's some spicy shit. Right. Anyway, so let's get back to drawing. We should probably try to indicate our ground layer. So here is our ground, right? Yep. Okay, that should work. Where is my picker? Pen brush. Pencil? Boom. Okay, cool. I just like the look of the pencil. It just kind of gives like the kind of like artist kind of look to it. Right? So say, actually we'll go back to this for a second. Oh. Nope. Okay, I can't seem to do the thing again. There you go. It doesn't do that all the time. But let's say this is like a straight edge or something, and the ball is falling. Like this is the bowling ball over here. And we want it to fall down, and then up, down, 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 right? Maybe not as much. We'll do like the 2 downs and have it just continuously roll to a stop. Right. So what we'll do is plan out the actual ball bounce, right? So here is gonna be our path. The yellow is gonna indicate our actual path. Actually, colors. Nope. Bam. Nice. Okay, cool. So, dang it. Back to black. Start drawing a circle over here. Right? It's already kind of squished ish. We'll slightly exaggerate it just for the sake of like, yes, I'm following the animation principles of squash and stretch. Right? So it's not as tall, but it is a little wider, right? Then go back, go less than halfway, because it is a bowling ball. We need it to be super heavy. Get it to be as round as possible. I hate drawing circles. So I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I was learning how to draw circles in school, it's literally just me like doing this for hours. It was just non-stop, and look at my progress. I'm not even great at it. It's never gonna stop. So over here, it's not gonna go as far. So this ball is gonna fall down. It's gonna maybe reach over here, and then maybe it won't even go as far down, right? So there's that. Maybe I can make this a little wider. A little wider. There you go. And then over here, so bounce hits the ground, we'll make it bounce again. But like, because you know this is not as great of a fall, we'll have it bounce over here. Just very, very tiny bounce. Right? And then over here. God, terrible at drawing bowling balls. Just circles in general. Okay, whatever, that's fine. And then maybe it'll roll off over here, right? So these, okay. I will indicate now the path that the ball is going to be taking. So maybe the ball is kind of like rolling, and then gonna bounce over here, and then gonna do like a simple arc, right, over here. That is another principle of animation. Arcs. I think that's a principle. Maybe it's an element or something, whatever. But like everything in nature has some sort of arc. Like you see my arm, right? You see my arm bend. My hand itself is following some sort of arc, right? So that's the, like, it's going from here to here, right? That's it goes up, then goes back down again. It's everything in nature follows arcs. Like when we turn around, most of the times it's not, you'll probably just see it like it'll just be like this. But if it's like super dramatic, you'll get like takes from like actors be like, what? So you'll get like a head going down first because they're like in disbelief, right? They're like this and then up again. So the head is following the arc, an arc. If I'm waving my finger, right? This part over the bottom part over here, the hinge, isn't moving so much. The top over here, you can see there's a bit of an arc. It's not a straight line, right? Right? That's everything in life will follow an arc in terms of movement. So if it's not, then it will look mechanical. And sometimes you want that. Sometimes you want a very, very mechanical look. I animate a lot of robots these days, and they sometimes need the mechanical feel. Sure, alright, cool. Go from point A to point B without like just stopping, and then like even still then, like I do add arcs to robots and stuff because it just makes it look that much nicer, it makes it look that much cleaner, and it in general just adds that much more life to it. So going back down here, there's a smaller arc, follows this, right? So this ball falls, bam, hits the ground, rises up again, hits the ground, rises up again, hits the ground, and there's at this point there's so very little energy that it's like almost counter intuitive to just have the ball rise up. Like you can, and it'd be very, very, very minute. It'd be like that, like it's so very small that you won't even see it. So if anything, just simplify your animation. It just makes things that much easier, and your work look that much better, right? So there you go. This is the path it's gonna be following. We will be drawing. Okay, so here are the ticks again, right? These are going to be the in-betweens, or these are going to be the breakdowns, right? From pose to pose, because this is a golden key. Every single drop is going to be a golden key, right? Like I'm just gonna make it super simple for myself. That's gonna be the golden key, and every single time the ball comes up, that's a breakdown, right? This is going to be a breakdown in itself, right? Like oh no, actually, yeah, we'll make this a breakdown. Yeah, so like this key will be the breakdown, right? This is gonna be the breakdown, and then in between here is gonna be a breakdown, right? That looks like G4. There's a golden key. golden key, golden key, golden key. Cool. Hypothetically, they should just be called keys, but whatever. Golden key is usually the very start and the very end. So yeah, actually, let's just do that. Just for good practice, we'll call them keys. This is gonna be a golden key because this is the very end. This is gonna be a key. This is gonna be a key. That's gonna be a key, right? Keys are usually like good for indicating when something's like stopped, or like, you know, taking, like, switching directions. At least in my mind, it's easier to think of it like that. But yeah, everyone has their own ways of thinking about things. What we will be doing for this is that we will be slowing in, right? The ball is just rolling, right? And then we'll speed up, and there'll be very few in-betweens over here, right? There's gonna be a couple in-betweens over here. So maybe, like, we'll favor this, so it's not gonna be in the middle. So we'll favor the top, right? Because it's a bowling ball. It's a very slow start up, and then immediate, just falls down, right? And then favor going back up some more. If this is gonna be the starting pose, right? And maybe one more favor, right? Cool. So now that we have this, we can probably just move this a little higher so that we can create another layer. Yay! Cool. Awesome. That was easier than I thought. This will be our template, right? I'll give it 24 frames for now. Apply. Oh, nope. 24 frames is 1 second. At least most things do 24 frames per second, right? It's that's a kind of like an industry standard. If you want to learn more about animation, definitely read up on it yourself, get some books. But this is the very basics, and like, if you want to learn some more, just by all means do your own research. I can't always be there to teach, right? So here now we see, like, I've actually extended this frame, right? Nothing past 24 seconds, right? So I can animate on this layer over here. I'll lock this so that I can't touch it, right? Go to this frame, or this layer with can I not do anything? Why can't I do anything? Okay, what if I just turn that off? Alright, whatever. Oh. No. What is happening? Delete layer. Confirm, yes. New layer. New anim layer. Cool. Delete this one. Yes. Okay, cool. That should be working. Awesome. So, going back over here, we'll be using blue again. Just because, again, it looks nicer for me. We have these keys already made, so let's just copy them, right? Add empty images. Oh, actually, So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all we need, right? Going to the next frame, right? There's nothing here. There's a key over here. There's no drawings here yet, so we'll be just drawing on this, right? Nope, that's the same layer. Ah, no. Here, that layer. Cool. So from here, there's that ball over there. Over here, that's another key. The next key, we're just gonna trace that key. Trace that. Golden key. Trace that. Right? So if we turn this off, there's our keys. Or there's our golden. This is our golden key. That's our golden key. These are our keys, our main keys. Right? Our storytelling keys. These will tell us where the ball will like switch directions, as I mentioned before. So going back over here. Now we will actually work on the breakdown. So insert image 1, okay. So if we look at that, key, nothing, key. So we'll go back here, turn this on, and this will be the ball like squashing and stretching again. It's like super fast, but I'm not gonna like overextend it like I did last time. It's still gonna be like very much so cylindrical, or not cylindrical, like circular, but it's going to have some sort of it's going to be affected in some way, shape, or form, right? I should make that smaller. How's that? No. I made this ball way too tall. How about we just draw the ball first? Right, and then just edge off over here, and edge off over here, and then just kind of follow that outline. And then I can still make that over here. There you go. Oh, that's a terrible ball. That's a terrible ball, but whatever. That's as best as my drawing abilities can do for now, which is why I do live drawing on the weekends for about an hour or so. I'm gonna try to do that more often, but right now my schedule is like super tight and don't really have time for that. Alright, so look at my potato. Imagine it's a ball, and we'll be doing that. So that's the breakdown for that. Here, insert image again. 1. Just copy this, right? Go over here, insert image. 1. There you go. Insert image. 1. Ball right in between, right? I could even favor this last ball because it's slowing down, but for now we'll just do that. So now what we have is the ball falling down, right? Squishing. Up, down, slow, and then it stops, right? We're already getting that, like, the sense of like where the ball is in space, which is important, and also how heavy the ball is, which which is also very important. Right. So now we'll get into the in-betweens, right? You'll notice that I didn't actually take any things over here. It's because I want it I want the bowling ball to like fall really fast and then just immediately shoot back up. Reason being is because it's a bowling ball. It's super heavy. I don't need to fill in this space. I don't want to. We're doing a little bit of exaggeration as well, so it's a bit of artistic licensing that I'm gonna practice. Yeah, cool. Over here, maybe the ball isn't like still super affected, right? What if we only have like one frame that like the ball is being super affected? Hypothetically, you should be, you know, like blending the ball, you know, to its shape, but like to the next shape, but like with the bowling ball, it's not entirely necessary. We saw the one frame in that like the reference of someone dropping the bowling ball. It was literally just one frame of like the ball squishing, right? Or the ball elongating, right? So we'll follow that. And over here as well. So down, insert image, yes. Boom, right? Boom jams. Insert image, yes. Actually, you know what? I am going to indicate the color of the ball in a different color, so you'll know exactly what the colors are, right? Like you can break it down, you can pause the video. We'll say the in-betweens are red. Makes things super simple, right? So the blue is gonna be the keys, the golden keys, and the breakdowns. I could probably go one more color, but like I feel like that's enough. Like 2 colors, and then like you get like flashing colors all the time. You don't need that much input of information going into your brain. So there's that. Goes down. Insert image. Bam. Go directly halfway. Directly. Oh nope. Insert image. Okay. Go halfway. Down. And insert image. 1, okay. 1 down, up. I feel like we don't need an actual in between over here, but for the sake of it, we'll do it anyways. And then we'll just skip the in betweens in between that. Right? And over here, the ball stops and then it just starts rolling, right? I'm not gonna put an in between between this key and this breakdown over here, mainly because we want the ball to like still have some sort of like motion, and then from here to here, that's when the ball will actually like slow down. So that's where we need the in between there, right? So insert image, boom. Turn on the light table. Effects, project, clip. Where's the light table? Light table, where are you? Okay, whatever. So this is the frame after. This is the frame before, from the last episode, right? The green is frames before, red is frames afterwards. And I'm just gonna be drawing an in between, like right between those. I'm using the lines as a guide too, right? So that's directly in between this key over here and this key. Right, the two blue drawings, right? So if we look at that now, turn that off, turn this off, it's starting to follow an arc, right? It kind of looks like a potato, just like rolling around. Right? Because I'm not great at drawing circles. I don't think I'll ever be, but again, that's fine. I don't think I'll ever be super into 2D animations. I'm doing this specifically as practice for me to learn how to do it for my own personal projects. And who knows, I might actually get better, right? So those are the first in-betweens that we make, right? It's already following that curve, right? It's already kind of like doing this, like that curve that I showed you in this thing, right? And the reason I'm doing that is because, again, it makes it look much more natural and everything, right? So we'll keep going. Turn on the light table again. Right, so insert image, and we're gonna go right in between these two, right? If anything, I'm gonna be favoring this one as well. This ball over here. And I guess that's like the tipping point, right? It's like it's at the very edge. So that is where the ball's like, all right, cool, I can start falling. And that's indicated right here, right? No in betweens between this ball and this ball, because I want it to go start going faster, right? Boom. No in betweens between this ball and this ball, because I want it to spring back up, not so fast, which is why I'm going to be putting it in between here, right after this green circle over here, and I'm going to be favoring more so the red ball, right?
Yeah.
Blue ball again, then insert image. Because it's at the apex, it's still going to take some time to get down. And it's gonna speed up, right? So but it needs to like start speeding up first. So this is where it starts speeding up, right? I'm not gonna put breakdown from here to here, and should I? Okay, yeah, I'll put like a breakdown between here and the red. Oh, oh no, what happened? Sorry, yes. Between this green ball and this red ball. And you'll notice that I'm actually using the lines in between just so that I know exactly where I need to place the edges of my ball, right? Up, and I think from here we could just kind of have it start like moving up faster. I will put an in between this in between and this golden key, because we need it to slow down. Remember that, right? So insert image again. Remember doing the following the the lines, so that I'm like directly in the middle of those, so that I can indicate that it's, you know, in the middle of those two keys, right? So that's our third layer of in-betweens. Turn off the arc, turn off the light table. Right. Probably don't even... I don't need this key, so I will delete this one. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Right? That makes sense. It does kind of speed up over here, so sorry about that. Like from here, like looks like it's slowing down and then speeds up again. What we can do is put an in-between right there. Insert image, so it's not like 100% like speeding up. We'll put it right in the middle, and then add more in-betweens over here, so that's like actually slowing down. So light table, put it right in between the two green balls. Right, there you go. And yeah, so from how it looks, like you'll see with the light table that it's already like there's an actual arc, right? It looks very colorful and looks really nice and like looks super trippy. But that's the previous frames and the preceding frames that you see in the arc, in its progression, right? Without it, in the individual frames, right? That's how it looks. Alright, so I think we'll do one more layer of in-betweens. And I guess it's not 100% necessary to have this arc again, but we'll still follow it anyways because we still need these the black markings for the ground and this little platform over here. So insert image. Right in between these, right? The green and the red. Shaboopy. Right? So it's starting to slow in. And over here, we're gonna need an in-between between this frame and the next red frame. So in between the green and the red. Oh, that's a terrible circle. Maybe favor the red a little bit. And an in-between between here and the ball falling down. So the green and the red over here. Maybe we don't need this frame, but we'll put it for now and then we'll delete it if we need to. Down. And we decided that we don't need that over there. And to add one more in between over here, just insert an image. Literally just like cutting hairs at this point. Turn off this. So, and it slows down, right? That's exactly what we want. We want the ball to like decrease its momentum and by very drastically, so it goes and then just kind of like trails off. Not like out of the screen, but like it loses its momentum and like its energy, And that's all because of the external forces. Again, Newton's laws. Gravity in itself is a force, so we always have to take that into consideration. Like, what is pulling the ball up? Well, that's the energy that it came with coming down, and then, you know, it's always gonna try to pull itself back up because of like equal and opposite reaction. But at the same time, it's still super heavy. Multiply that by like whatever gravity we have here on Earth, and it's just like it's less than what you would think the bowling ball would bounce, right? And if we wanted to, we can just add more frames over here just so that it looks cleaner, whatever, like it's actually starting in between, right? Nope, too far off that edge. Right? Don't think I need any in between frames over there and there and there, and maybe one more at the very end, just because we're stubborn and we want to have more. Extend these, repeat, hold, and right in between the green and the red. Again, you know, cutting hairs and everything. Splitting hairs, that's what it's mean. That's the expression. I think I'm using that expression wrong anyways, but whatever. Right? So, turn off the light table, turn on the arcs, and I forgot to turn on how to play things again. There should be a button that says like, oh, here's how to play it. Guide panels, path recorder panel, video settings. Usually that's for like exporting things. So if you want to like render it, or like if you want to like send it as a thing, right? Like if you want to send it to somebody else, like you gotta turn it into an MOV or a GIF. Right, so yeah, but like this animation actually ended up taking us 26 frames, which is totally fine, whatever. Right, bam, bam, bam. I swear it's somewhere. Exposure, miscellaneous, remote control. There you go. Now if we turn off the light, this thing over here, the actual path, you'll be able to see it clear. And you could definitely see like the ball feeling a lot heavier because it's like it's not going up as high, and like there's less frames. I could probably remove some frames around here, so let's do that. Let's see how it looks with that. So maybe delete that and delete that and try that. Cut images. There you go. See? There's our ball bounce. Again, this is the exact same kind of like principles that we talked about in the first episode. We're just applying weight to it now. We're adding forces that are external forces, in this case gravity, and the weight of the ball itself to these set of drawings, right? And yeah, I believe that should be it for today. I'm glad I found how to do this, the remote control thing, because it is a very, very accurate representation of what is 1 second, right?
You a dreamer?
Yeah. So thanks for joining me again. This is your second assignment. I really, really do hope that you do try this at home for yourself. And anytime I'm animating, definitely, you know, before, or like during or afterwards, let me know what you think. It'll probably be a while before I start asking for requests, because I need to get through like this kind of like syllabus that I have in my head, right? Like it's essentially like the exact same things I went through in school, and you're getting it for free, yay! And I'm whatever. I just I like the idea that there's more animators, there's more artists actually using their creative thought processes and stuff for whatever they want to make. But yeah, well, I'll stop this for now, and hopefully it'll stop when I want it to stop. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This is Junie, by the way, so I forgot to give myself an intro. Whatever. Yeah, bye.